how the
Uh,
paper came to find you.
so I got the audition for the paper. I went in. I went in. I did a self tape. It was different from auditions I had done before because there was no character breakdown. It's just like, who do you think this character is based on the sides? So I went in. I'm sorry, I didn't go in. You don't go in anymore for the first audition. So I did the self tape. From the self tape, I got a callback. From the callback, I went in and I read with a few different Nicoles. And maybe 2, 3 weeks later, I got a call that I had booked it.
So eventually, what did they tell you about Detrick?
Not much, not much. When I went in for the callback, I had asked him like, "Who is he? What do how do you see this guy?" And it was like, "What you did was good." I'm like, I don't even know what I was doing. I knew what I was doing. I was just kind of throwing something at the wall because I had no idea what it was looking for. So I just kind of stuck to that. And then once we, had started moving into pre-production, I just tried to derive as much from the material that they gave me as possible to try to figure out who Detrick was. And a lot of it was me figuring it out while we were still filming. Some of it was me basing the character off of Ramona Young's character because like I'm in love with her. So I feel like sometimes the people that you're in love with, you're a reflection of that in some way.
You vibe off
So
them a little, yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So just tried to use as much as possible to figure out who he was in the beginning. And as we started filming, I learned more about who he was.
So is much of the dialogue then improvised? Because I love the part where Domhnall's asking you, like, do you have any experience writing? And you're like, Twitter?
Yeah, yeah. I think that line was improvised. We do some improvisation, and it was big in the when we went in to do the chemistry read. They was like, if you want to improv, go for it. We support it, we encourage it. So I definitely did a lot of improv in the audition, and I love when I get an opportunity to improv. I feel like an opportunity for me to really show like who I am. So I sprinkle some in with the script, but the script is such a meticulously crafted script that you don't want to kind of veer away from the story, and is written is well written. You know what I mean? We got a team of great writers that put it together, and then we have Greg Daniels and Michael Coleman that just kind of oversees everything. So a lot of the times what we get on the page is better than things we can come up with. So we'll do a few takes where we get to stick to the script, and then a couple takes where we kind of play around and improv.
Since you're supposed to be in love with Ramona's character, was the chemistry read you talked about just with her, or was it with the other people who were involved with the paper, the other
It
characters
was
from
just
the
with
paper?
her. It was just with her.
There is such great chemistry. Did you two sit down then after that, or before that, even then the chemistry read to sort of talk it through?
Yeah, so when we came in, they were like, "Oh, you guys haven't met," and we were like, "No," and they was like, "Okay, we'll give you a chance to get to know each other." So they like cut the camera on and left the room. So it was just us like small talk, trying to break the ice. It's kind of awkward, you're just in a room, they leave you, and they're like, "Oh, get to know each other." So it was just kind of generic questions like, "Oh, where are you from?" or and I feel like we got to know each other more so when we were doing the scene because you're thrown into a situation where they tell you what to do, they tell you what to say, so it's kind of less awkward. You just kind of bounce off of one another. But once and we didn't talk after that because I read with like 4 or 5 different Nicoles, so I was like, I don't know who I would talk to. It could be anybody. But once we booked it, we grew a pretty great friendship. We hung out a lot, just kind of explore the characters and storylines, and just kind of kick it.
Well, what was your reaction then when you found out this was an iteration of the paper? I mean, of The Office, something so iconic for so many people.
I know. I was excited. I was excited that, it's being being attached to the paper and being a part of the world and the universe. I'm sorry, the office. You f- you feel an excitement knowing that people will watch it and that people are interested in it because of the of how iconic the office was. So like to be in that family was great. And then furthermore for myself, I knew I would work with, Greg Daniels. And for me, the biggest part of a project is, the captain. the captain of the ship, the one who guides us and kind of just oversees everything. And knowing that we had a leader in him, I was confident about the project, and I knew I could just kind of trust that they would make the best product possible, and I could just focus on the character.
Yeah, talk about a little bit more about working with Greg and Mike.
Greg and Mike, they're great. They're like, I went and sat with them yesterday. They're just very collaborative. They're open, they're funny, they're chill, they're like humble. Um, you wouldn't expect them to be as accomplished as when you meet them, they don't give off the same vibe as you would expect from somebody as accomplished as they are. It's just like just very chill. They kind of put you at ease. And yeah, absolutely amazing people to work with.
You have great comedic timing, but you've done, I think, a lot of dramatic work. Is comedy something that has always just come natural to you?
I feel like I've been witty a lot. Like most of my life, I was never the person to kind of put himself out there to make a joke just because I'm like more reserved. So I was never like the funny guy, but I understood comedy, and I did social media for a few years, which helped me sharpen my like comedic timing and just my perspective on comedy. And then, one of my first shows was American Vandal, which was a mockumentary on Netflix. So that definitely helped me to, bring whatever comic like taste I have to the paper because I had worked in a format before. So I've definitely worked in comedy. I love drama as well. I love both of them for different reasons.
Are there some particular episodes you're really excited for fans to get to check out, ones you think they should keep an eye out for?
Yeah, I'm excited for people to see episode 10. So you gotta watch the first nine before you get there. But now I think the episode 10 is really good. I feel like a lot of the things that build up throughout the season pays off in episode 10. So it's good. And I'm happy for Detrick and Ramona. I'm excited for to see what comes after their episode 10.
I was gonna say, are you guys ready to be the next Jim and Pam? Or is
No,
that too much
no, no,
pressure?
no. We want to be the first Detrick and
Yeah,
Nicole.
Ramona.
We can't, yeah, we can't compare to Jim and Pam. It's I think the dynamic is very different, and yeah, it's very offbeat. It's quirky. It's doesn't make sense, but you can relate to it in an odd way.
Where were you then when you found out season two was coming already of the paper?
I was in the gym. I was in the gym and I got the text. I was in between sets. And then I just kind of sat on a box, Indian style, going through my phone. And one of the trainers walked by and it was like, "You're really sitting in Indian style." I was like, yeah, I'm sure. Cause I was just so locked into like, I first read that we had a season two, and then I happened to scroll through like reviews, and I kind of got sidetracked. And I was like, let me just go home because my focus is completely off now. But it's definitely great to know that we have a season two, and we can come back and build on what we had in season one.
One day until the world gets to meet Detrick in the paper. How are you going to
Uh,
celebrate?
I'm not. I'm not. Like a lot of my friends and family want to like do something to celebrate, but it just builds anxiety for me to like too much pressure and attention. I just let the world have it, enjoy it. I just want to go about my day, go about my life as if it's not out. Yeah, I don't know. I just get anxiety around celebrating.
He's the definition of an introvert.
I guess
You
so,
look up
yeah.
introvert and there's Melvin Gregg's picture.
Yeah, yeah. I've always been this way. Like I've had friends like, oh, I want to like have a dinner for you, and I'm like, no, I'm all for fellowship. Let's kick it. One of my friends just had a birthday. That could be a reason to celebrate, but don't make it about me. My sister-in-law was just like, whatever you doing Saturday, you like clear your schedule and don't watch the show. I'm like, I've seen it already. Please don't try to surprise me with nothing. Like, please, just don't. But I'm happy that people are excited about it.
I was going to ask what birthdays were like for you.
Birthdays,
Is that the
yeah, I
one
try
day
not
you
to.
put up with it?
I try not to do anything. The internet has my birthday wrong and I won't correct it because I just
For safety's for,
it's
for your
just like
mental health.
yeah, I like my birthday being relaxed and just kind of cool and calm and not being like a barrage of messages. And I'm grateful for them, but it's just like a lot of pressure.
What's next, Melvin? Have you had time to work on any other projects recently?
My things for myself, so I write as well. So I have projects that I've been working on. One of which I was writing most of the time when you watch the paper, if you see me in the background, like writing, I'm writing a screenplay. So I'm still working on that one in particular, and I'm gearing up to take some things out on the marketing, packaging things. So I don't know, been doing things on the production side. I have a project I want to start filming hopefully before we start shooting season two, which kind of puts a lot more pressure on me. But gearing up to shoot a mini series for myself in the weeks to come.
What would you like to say then to everyone who are fans and supporters of the incredible work you continue to do on our screen? I mean, you have right behind you all of well, a good number of body of work to you that are just so special and stand out.
Oh, oh, thank you so much. Yeah, if everything in front of me wasn't like a mess, I would show you. But this is like my office, so I bring like things from each set that I work on. Like right here, I have a basketball jersey from the way back that's signed by Ben Affleck. I have, a poster from Snowfall. I have rap gifts from, people that I work with, that I respect and love, and just stuff all over
The
the room.
paper's
That just
already
kind
up
of,
there.
what was that?
And the paper's already up there.
Yeah, the paper is definitely up there. I feel like I want to get a bigger one. I want to reorganize it a little bit, but yeah, it's definitely a cool place to be able to work and just kind of look around and see some of the fruits of my labor and just kind of it helps me be grateful because I feel like I'm very ambitious and sometimes it gets in the way of me being grateful because I want so much more. But just to kind of look around the room and see all of the things that I have reason to be grateful for, just kind of brings me back to earth and just kind of allows me to be present.
Okay, well, have to forgive me, but you're very talented, and this is just another incredible project, a part of Melvin's wonderful resume.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.